going back a step to the year-end accounting, again, I hear that a lot. People at the end of the year, they either celebrate hugely because they've made a stack load of money, or they drown their sorrows massively because they've just lost loads of money throughout 12-month period and never reacted to any of those red flags month on month on month because they didn't even see the red flag. It's a disaster, right? So, and this comes into the budgeting and forecasting. So what you've just said is perfect sense, but it's going to sound massively, I think intimidating is an understatement for a small business. So how can a small joinery business or a small business in general create a simple, useful budget without drowning in spreadsheets and being overwhelmed by, I hear it all the time, the go-to excuse is, I haven't got time to do all of that. And you think, but it's going to save you so much time and so much pain and so much money. That's the first thing you should be prioritizing. How do we get over that?
So, I mean, just to touch very, very briefly on the year-end accounting thing before I go on to the budgets. Your statutory accounts are due 9 months after your year end. That means your data is up to 21 months out of date. So you just do not see those early warning signs. The other thing is that statutory accounts don't have a lot of information in them. They don't tell you the nitty gritty of your business. So even if you're doing statutory accounts on a monthly basis, it still wouldn't be enough to give you those early warning signs. In terms of the budgeting, I would say start simple. You know, having something is better than nothing. You can evolve it over time. And the first thing to do would be just start with last year's numbers. You know, what are my run rates? Maybe if you've made big improvements over the last 12 months, then don't look at your last 12 months numbers, but look at your last 3 months numbers or your last 6 months numbers and use the run rate of those as the basis to start a budget for next year. Do it on a line by line basis. So have a line for every different element of your sales, each individual product type, for example. All of your different costs need to have a line. And then you adjust for known changes. What's going to be different next year to what we've just seen in the last 6 months? Who are we hiring? What new roles are they going to be? What inflationary increases are we going to incur? Wage costs, etc. What are we going to be hit by the government? So you then overlay those kind of known amendments. If you've got a plan to grow sales, then bring in some additional sales onto the top line, but also bring in the costs associated with driving that additional growth. And then that becomes your plan for the year. You need to break it down by month so that you've got a profit for every single month in your budget. And then that becomes something you can then compare your actual results on a month by month basis with your management accounts. But keep it simple, keep it to 1 page.